you never heard of. Hey everybody, welcome to the Common Folk Podcast with Ben, Morgan, and Andy.
All right, here we are again.
Yes, sir.
We're here. Andy, did you already crack it?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay.
I'm ready to rock and roll and have a beer this afternoon. So.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We're going back to some of the old G beers today.
Except you got me this new one,
Yeah.
White Claw Surf. I don't know if I'm digging this, but
That's not a beer, though. That's a
seltzer.
seltzer. Yeah.
It's not very good.
No, it's fine. I just like the OG original pack they came out with.
But you said you don't know if you're digging it or not.
It's okay. It just tastes different than the regular White Claw.
Got to get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, alcohol's alcohol, I guess.
I wouldn't know what they taste like, but I'm sure
Oh,
they're pretty good.
right.
Here we go.
Guys, he's trying to fool you. He likes White Claws.
No, I don't.
He's a White Claw.
Don't out me. Don't out me like that.
It's okay once in a while in the morning.
Don't out me. Don't out me like that.
That's even better. I'm a White Claw in the morning type of guy.
So what'd you
That's
do
good.
this weekend, Andy?
Oh, man. Did all sorts of stuff. We're in full swing in football playoffs, high school football playoffs.
Okay.
Had a prominent team, perennial powerhouse, if you will, from Omaha, traveling out to Grand Island. So there's already a bunch of buzzer about that.
Yeah.
And it was a back and forth game. You couldn't ask for it better. Came down to the last play of the game.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's the best.
It is. It was pretty fun, pretty awesome. And Grand Island pulled it off. They hung on. Omaha North looked like they had them on the ropes a couple of times.
Okay.
But that's just kind of the calling card of Grand Island, their Class A program out there, is they find a way.
When you call those games, is it more interesting when it's like that tight?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the best is when people say, oh, you guys did great, and it's actually nothing about us. It was the game.
Yeah.
You know, they're referring to the game, not anything we did.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
they probably liked what you did too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we are the best.
Right,
so.
right.
Right. You get like more into it and your voice is like,
Oh,
"Rah!"
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You can't help it.
Okay.
But
That's cool.
then we did a pregame live stream broadcast of our WTL, Where's the Line? It had a premiere spot for tailgating in Lincoln for the Husker game.
Awesome.
And we doubled up with a Husker podcast, No Block, No Rock, NBN,
Oh.
our guys. They're pretty funny.
Are they?
They're a lot of fun.
We got to meet those guys a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, out at
Good
the brewery.
dudes.
Yep. So, I mean, talking football. But it was quite a turnaround because I'm out in Grand Island, and I didn't leave Grand Island until about 10:30 at night. And then we were on location about 5:30 in the morning
What?
to do the Husker stuff because it was a 2:30 kickoff. So we wanted to. Our window was from 8 a.m. to 11, and then allow everyone to enjoy the tailgate and go get to their seats and
Okay.
stuff like that.
So were you drinking some bloodies or what?
Oh no, I just went right into
White Claws.
Yeah, me too. I'm a White Claw in the morning type of guy.
Okay.
No, we had Nebraska Brewing Company on hand, so I was handling my
Oh.
favorite Nebraska Brewing Company, the Cardinal. Their IPA.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would have been fun to see. We were in Colorado, right?
Yep. We were.
So our oldest had her senior last day, last soccer game. She was a senior in college, so that was it.
I saw some of the pictures, so that
Yeah.
was her last game.
Eva.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's not going to go pro?
No.
Like maybe overseas or something?
No, and she could have taken a COVID year. She's
Yeah.
going to grad school and
Ready to
just
just-
ready
yeah.
to focus on that. So yeah, it was kind of fun.
Well, good for her.
But we have someone
Yeah, it's that time of year, man.
in house here.
Football and hunting and
Yep, the
also
fall.
Halloween. It's Halloween today.
Yes, sir.
It's today, right?
Yeah, it's today, but this will come out tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right,
we're
but-
recording. We're recording. on
But what I
Halloween.
was going to say before that, when I was saying we have someone in house over this weekend, you guys did some fishing.
Oh.
Andy, he caught some fish. Joel,
Oh, yeah?
So we
What'd you
got
catch?
Joel in here. What's up, man?
So I caught a rainbow trout.
Yep.
Yeah.
Out in Colorado?
yeah,
Wow.
up in the stream.
Were you doing the whole 9 yards, or were you doing the fly rod?
No, I just had a worm on a hook, and then
Hey.
We were
caught
fishing
I don't judge.
a reservoir up there.
Okay.
So there's a stream that comes in that we fished before that you can snag some trout out of, but all the water levels are down.
Mhm.
So the stream was almost non-existent.
Okay.
So we got down into the reservoir, and we probably tried 20 different baits. And we hooked, how many?
4, yeah,
4 of them? Yeah.
about 4.
On different things, like different lures, and we tried different kinds of trout, like, or salmon eggs and stuff like
Yeah, we
that.
tried,
Corn.
like, power bait.
Fire bait, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hooked a few of them, but couldn't get them in, and then he ended up landing one on a worm.
And yeah, I was going to say, you go through all that stuff and you just strip it all down into worm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Filmed an episode with the hunting and fishing show
Uh-huh.
and went out with this, big high profile guide that we like to go through for walleye fishing. And that's all he did all day long was an old jig head with a worm. Like,
Was he snagging them left and right, or?
oh yeah. I mean, he gets you into him, gets you on top of him. I love using him as a guide, a fishing guide.
I feel like I'm by no means a professional fisherman. I really enjoy doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Not always successful. Most of the time, not.
Right.
Always have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But no matter what, like if you're not catching something, then just go back and throw a worm on.
Yep. Yeah.
It seems like that works almost every time.
Yeah. Whatever is stinky and gross, go that way.
Yeah, but it's like like when you were a kid, you fished with earthworms, and okay, whatever, bobber, worm, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So then when you're an adult, you're like, nah, man, I see all these cool lures people use, and all. I'm gonna make this thing
Yeah.
work,
Yeah. $15 lure. This has
Yeah.
got to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get out there and it doesn't work, and then you put the worm on, boom.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It is. It is. Is that like the pinnacle of overthinking it?
Yeah.
The fishing industry
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Don't even need to do that.
Yeah. What color do I need?
Right.
All these kinds of things. Earthworms are all the same color.
Right. And when I see those articles, because I read those journals and I'm subscribed to a lot of those magazines, it's like hot color of spring 2023. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Yeah.
are you talking to the fish?
Right,
Do you
yeah.
know what
Yeah.
they're going to prefer this spring?
Yeah.
You
no
know,
kidding.
like what's going on?
Yeah, it's so strange.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
But yeah, so it's Halloween.
yeah, we got a guest here. So who do we got here today?
So we have Morgan's kid, Joel, here.
Oh, really? He's not your kid? Our son,
Both
Joel.
of our kids.
He's about to turn 12 tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
12, almost a teen.
Early November
Yep.
kind of guy. Okay.
Yeah. So we thought with it being Halloween, we'd do a little common folk chat about Halloween things.
Mm-hmm.
What does your family do? How did you grow up in Halloween? What do we do today?
Yeah.
What kind of movies do we watch? We spend a lot of time doing that.
Mm-hmm. So let's set some ground rules first here because I'm looking out for my buddy Joel here.
All right.
Anything that's said at this table can't leave this table. So he can tell you the real nitty-gritty Halloween stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
But, Mom, this can't, it stays here.
Okay.
He can't get in trouble for what he says him and his Conestoga buddies do
Okay.
I
on
like that.
Halloween.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
like
I like that.
Okay.
Okay. That's fair.
So if there's something you need to get off your chest, Joel, now is the time.
God, Andy set him up real good.
This is your safe space.
I have nothing to hide.
Okay.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, here we go. We're in for a good one. I
Perfect.
feel good about this
It's
one.
all in the open.
So, are you just going to ask questions,
I don't
or
know,
what
maybe.
do you
I
think?
don't know. Let's see. So, what are you gonna be this year? First of all,
Well, I'm just gonna wear a mask of The Purge. Have you ever heard of that movie?
Yeah, The Purge, huh?
Yeah. So there's a lot of masks.
Yeah.
You picked one.
Yeah, and it's like glow up with like red and.
Yeah, it's like light up. You
Yeah.
put batteries in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so you're 6th grade.
That seems about right. Someone just throwing a mask on for 6th grade, not fully
Yeah, I'm
costume.
Just gonna wear like a hoodie over it.
Yeah, head to toe.
Yeah.
How many of your buddies gonna go out? You think with you?
Like going trick or treating.
mhm,
Oh,
yeah.
probably most of them. Like
Probably 5, 6 of
yeah.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
just my-
So where we are out here, obviously in some small towns. The town that we're in is like 500 people, 550 people, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So all the kids from all the surrounding area come to that town, and we'll all meet up at one house, one of his buddies' houses that live there in the town. and then the boys will go out and go running.
Yeah,
And then the parents will hang out, and we'll have our own treats.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what about the girls? Where's the girls, man? Is it just dudes going, or what?
Yeah, just probably the dudes.
Where's the girls at?
I don't know. Probably hanging out with their other friends.
You'll probably see them.
Are you guys gonna be running around like eyeballing them, like from
No,
down the street, like, hey, ladies?
probably not.
No. Well, maybe you should. I don't know. No.
Well, do you think the girls in 5th and 6th grade will get into it, or are they too mature for Halloween? Are they just going
I
to be
think
watching Netflix and stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a couple of them might wear costume, just like a mask, not like a.
Okay.
I kind of feel like that
So-
6th, 5th, 6th, 7th is that little teetering point where it's like, do I fully dress up? Do I not? Maybe I'm
Right.
wrong, but I think it's acceptable. But then once you get like kids that are just like too big, knocking at your door,
Yeah.
asking for candy, and they just like throw down a mask, I'm kind of, I'll give them candy, but
Right.
it's kind of like, really? So
Yeah.
I don't know what age is too old.
I think Joel's in the clear here.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he gets into that 7th, 8th grade and
It's a
he's
little-
looking down at the people
Be-
giving the
Yes.
candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be a little too old.
Right.
But there's a sweet spot little transition there where you go from getting candy to being a little hellion. And anyway, that's kind of how we were in our small town. And we were kind of naughty. Once we got into 7th and 8th grade, that was kind of our free pass to just ransack the town.
In a small town, though, is there any way you don't get caught?
I mean, everybody kind of knew.
Right, yeah.
So we never got caught, but afterwards they would round us up and really chew our butts or let us have it.
Yeah, right.
Because you had a mask on, they didn't know who you were, or
Oh,
like
we were working
you were
in-
just too fast.
Too fast. We were working in the shadows, and doing all of that stuff. Yeah. But I mean, it was a really finite number of kids that
Yeah.
could be doing.
Yeah.
Because I remember trick or treating. I think my last time was 6th or 7th grade. As a friend group, and then that
Yeah.
was it. So yeah.
Hmm.
Do you remember that, Ben? What you did?
I don't. Yeah, I don't remember the last time we went, but I mean, I remember going, being little, and it was a ton
Yeah.
of fun. But
Right.
yeah, I don't remember as like a preteen or whatever.
And like ransacking the town like Andy.
Yeah, no, Andy was badass. I wasn't.
Yeah, we were pretty badass. And I mean, we wouldn't try and deface anything or ruin property.
Smash pumpkins. That's
Yeah,
bad.
that type of stuff. We'd smash
You did
pumpkins.
that?
Oh, yeah. Go
Like-
steal pumpkins and go smash them
Oh my gosh! Do
on Main
not do
Street.
that, Joel.
On Halloween, they're already pretty much rotted out anyway.
It's the last day.
Yeah,
and
it's the last
everything.
day. Like, I didn't even agree with the older kids that would steal the pumpkins before Halloween. And also, then you don't have anything to do on Halloween. Probably the naughtiest thing I ever did.
Yeah.
There was these two, you know how you always got to keep up with the Joneses? And you can just see it. This neighbor puts in a basketball hoop, so that neighbor puts in a basketball hoop. You know what I mean? And you just kind of see the back and forth.
Yeah.
These two houses in our small town kind of had like this garden with these decorations going back and forth. And they both had these concrete chickens, painted chickens, like just well overdone, looked way too nice. Like, what's going on? And then these people had concrete deer, a family of concrete deer. And then these people had,
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
the concrete little horse statue, like 4 foot tall. So one house had chickens that were black chickens. Another house had the white chickens. So I took the rooster from one and put it on the other one. So it was a black rooster with a white family. And then, of course, the following day, I thought it was hilarious driving to school and looking at that. And a few short days later, like all the chickens were gone, like taken out.
Right.
And so I don't know if they ever figured out what happened. I mean, all they had to do was look across the street, but
Right. Nowadays,
You
you'd
know.
be caught on the ring.
Oh,
So,
yeah. But even then, we were safe because we were all wearing like scream masks and stuff like that. Like we were doing it upright.
That's a big change from then till today. Is
Yeah.
all the cameras.
Everywhere.
I
Yeah.
mean, everything's on video.
Yeah.
So Halloween wise, Joel, what would you say is your favorite thing about Halloween time?
Probably hanging out with my friends and
Yeah.
Well, my favorite candy is Kit Kats, so whenever they're handing out Kit Kats, that's probably,
That's your jam.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about so for us? I mean, and Andy, you can talk a little bit about like what you guys did or what you do, but for us as a family right now, Halloween, like tradition wise, there's not a whole lot of things that we do every year. Like a lot of times, Mom will put the fall decorations in the house
Yep.
or whatever.
Like rain.
Have not done that yet.
Kind of makes you start feeling like it's
Oops.
that time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Halloween, I feel like the only kind of tradition that we have, or like the same thing that we do every year, is just watching Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Like we'll carve
Yeah.
pumpkins and stuff. We didn't actually even carve pumpkins this year.
I know.
Normally we do, but
Yeah,
normally
pumpkins.
it's the actual day.
We have dropped
Yeah.
the ball
because
this
we
year.
wait until the very last minute
Yeah.
and we'll carve them that day.
We have too. And how about some of these neighbors with all these inflatables and stuff? They're everywhere now. And
Yeah.
everyone has 2 or 3 guys on their block that just has like 5 or 6 of them. And that's putting a lot of pressure on people like me to even get one. Because I don't want anything to do with them. You know?
But then you've got young enough kids where they
Right.
probably look at it and they're like, Dad, like,
What's up?
yeah,
You know?
why don't we have that?
Exactly. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to talk to them. Tell
You
them to
do,
put some
yeah.
of those down.
Get crap down.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So they
See
did
if they want to
force
sell
me.
one half price or something.
Right. Hey, why don't you move that display over at our yard?
Right. Can it be in the middle, please?
Yeah.
Rent it.
Yeah.
So,
So, Halloween
with movies-
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that a little bit because I really dig movies, and then when it comes to Halloween time, I can't wait to start watching them.
Yeah.
And Morgan's normally like, it's too early or whatever. But
yeah, because after this, you're going to want to start watching friggin' Christmas movies, and I am not ready for that.
yeah, that's coming.
Like, so
That's
he'll
coming.
start watching Halloween movies in August.
Yeah. Well,
So
got to
and-
get out in front of it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll get into one of those. But if we talk about Halloween movies, Joel, what would be like your favorite Halloween movie? Not necessarily scary movie, but what would just be like whatever, anything that has to do with Halloween?
Probably Hubie Halloween.
Oh yeah,
And I also like Michael Myers.
Oh.
that's the one it's actually called Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hubie Halloween, which is one of the greatest things ever. Halloween movies.
Have you seen it, Andy?
That's with the Adam Chandler? No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, you have to watch it.
Halloween movies, like Christmas movies, typically they'll go away after the season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for whatever reason, Netflix has decided that Hubie is available all year long.
Year round.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can watch it whenever, but it's best during Halloween time.
Sometimes I just watch it in the middle of June or something.
Is it
Yeah.
pretty funny?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler movies are good. This
Yeah.
one is funny. I catch the beginning all the time because
Right.
it's playing, and then I'll fall
Mhm.
asleep, so I really don't even know what happened at the end. But I
Yeah,
like
it's
Hocus
great.
Pocus.
Oh yeah, so they had a new one of those this year, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
like it, Joel, or no?
Not really. I like the old one better.
Well, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. The new one's Did you watch that, Andy?
No, but Hocus Pocus is one of Ashley's favorites.
Okay, so you've seen the original.
And Ozzy and Kimber, they both request Hocus Pocus all the time.
Okay.
So
I think it's a pretty good like throwback movie to watch because
Yeah.
we definitely watched it when we were kids.
it's number 5 on the all-time list on IMDb's top 100
Oh, so you have
Halloween
a
movies.
list.
Yeah.
So what would that be?
What?
Like, what is
Halloween
the
movies?
top?
You want the,
Yeah, I want to hear.
The first one is a really, really old one here. It's the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Okay.
What spot is that one in?
He's number 1.
Oh, really?
It came out in 1920.
Oh,
So I
geez.
think it's a black and white, and it's everything that's Halloween. This is kind of my take on it. And it's probably a very well-written story that regardless of the year and the format of you're watching it, it doesn't matter. The story is so good.
Okay.
So that has to be why it's number 1. And then Halloween is number 2.
Oh, Joel, you got it.
Yeah.
Michael
I need
Myers.
to watch that new one. I watched Halloween Kills. I need to watch the new Michael Myers.
Didn't freak you out?
No.
Did you have bad dreams? You sure?
How does Jamie Lee Curtis just stay?
Is
You
she
know.
in it?
Yeah.
I haven't
She's
watched
in the
it.
latest one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's her brother, right? That's the premise. Michael Myers is her brother.
In real
Oh.
life, or that's the movie
No,
thing?
in the movie.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't watch that.
I need to watch it. We don't ever watch scary movies. We'll watch Halloween movies, but we don't watch scary movies.
More like suspenseful movies, like Stephen King type
or
stuff.
just like like we just watch like the Halloween themed type stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like the scary stuff, Morgan's definitely not watching that.
I'm out.
So what about The Purge? I mean, I want to go back to that because that had elements of being very scary, very suspenseful. It's also kind of gory. You know, I mean, just
Didn't see it, but
one day to run around and kill people.
I saw it probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Joel felt like he was old enough to watch it, so
him and his buddy stayed up late, right? That was kind of your
Yeah.
first scary movie. And it was fine.
Yeah.
That was a
Wasn't
fun
that
tradition we had too.
You did?
When we had a couple of friends and buddies that lived on the brown side of the tracks or whatever. But when you got to go to their sleepover, all rules were off the table. You know, so you had to get the invite and you had to be able to go.
is that our house?
Oh, shoot. I hope not.
Pretty cool guys over here then. But when we would get to go with Thomas Eilers and go to his birthday parties when we were 5th grade, 6th grade, and 4th grade, we could rent all those R-rated movies because his mom was cool, you know. And I remember we did not the Halloween, not Halloween, but the other one, Jason. We got the latest Jason movie, and we also this stuck with me for an entire lifetime. Leprechaun.
Oh, yeah.
I love those B movies. They are ridiculous. They are funny, and I think that's one of the most, I don't know, endearing thing with Halloween movies is they splash in suspense and gore, but there's also a lot of humor in the good ones. There's so
Okay.
much humor. Think of like Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
Beetlejuice,
mean?
yeah, that's
Like,
another one.
I mean, they're just so
We talked about that this weekend, Beetlejuice.
ridiculously funny, and,
Yeah.
and they last the test of time. Edward Scissorhands is listed as number 4 here on this list.
I do remember that
Oh,
one.
I haven't seen that for years.
It's
God,
funny.
there's so many. I'm
Yeah.
writing this down because Joel doesn't even know.
I was thinking, and this probably does not even fall into Halloween, but Ghostbusters, just because it's ghosts.
How could that not be a
Yeah,
Halloween
But I
movie?
didn't
That's a
know.
good one,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the girls' version of Ghostbusters.
But have you
new-
seen
that
the
new one?
original? Do you think?
Yeah, we
I
watched it.
have, but
Okay,
it
so you
was-
like the
I
newer
don't
one
really
better?
remember it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, the other thing is like those movies from that time, like those are 80s, early 90s, whatever. Like the look of the movie, like you immediately know when the movie comes
Right.
on. Like this is an older produced movie.
Mm-hmm.
And with the younger kids, as soon as they see it, they're like, oh, I don't want to watch this. Like
Yeah.
it's immediately that I feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
But they need to.
Yeah, they need to, and some that's just in all those movies, and whether right, bad, wrong, whatever. But they're all smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
like
they
you
are.
think of, I mean, behind the desk, inside, in your
Yeah.
house, whatever.
But think about the old movies that your grandpa watched. We're not like, yeah, I want to watch that. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah.
So we then would have to be fine with watching
Mhm.
20s movies, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
I
not that
mean,
old, but
Well,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
and being like,
I watched a lot of westerns and black and whites and stuff growing up because that was Grandpa's show. But
yeah.
I guess that's probably what got me used to it.
Okay, so what was number 5? And then I want to talk about candy.
All
and,
right. So number
treats.
5, I'm sorry, was Hocus Pocus.
Oh, it did
Number
make
4 was Edward Scissorhands, and number 6 is one of my all-time favorites as far as Halloween movies, Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, I don't
I
know
haven't
that
seen
one.
that either.
Oh,
That's with the
dude.
Headless Horseman, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean they tell the story so well. And once again they just stick to an old fable, a really good story. And then you have Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, and the Headless Horseman is played by one of my all-time favorites. God dang it, what's his name? I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, that's
Jeez, I can't believe I'm spacing this guy's.
in a lot of
Christopher
those.
Walken.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
Walken, yeah.
plays the
Yeah.
Headless Horseman. It's when he bursts on screen, everyone jumps back.
Really?
It is awesome. Yeah, like
Huh.
you know it's coming too.
Okay, I can't say I've watched that. You have, but years ago.
No, I mean the story of the Headless Horseman was like something that was in elementary school.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
they would talk about it or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
It all had to do back in the Salem days where we're just killing women left and right because they might be a witch.
Yeah.
You know, it was back at the height of all that.
gotcha. Gotcha.
So some of those that you mentioned, Beetlejuice, that was definitely a throwback.
Yep.
I had a ton of fun with that as a kid.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And it was kind of scary. You know,
It's still like there's still like sometimes I think when it's in the back of my mind or when it pops up in my dreams,
Stop it.
like that other world they go to.
yeah,
It's a little freaky.
it is.
Oh, what was the one with when the kid goes under the bed and he goes into that other world too? I tried to have Joel watch that one time. He wouldn't.
Monsters.
Little
That's
Monster
it.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. You wouldn't watch that
That
one.
was weird. It was just weird. I did not like it.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you remember that one?
I couldn't finish my salad. Like,
I was gonna say
so weird.
that's what stuck with me is when he pees in his apple juice and he puts cat food in his.
You
The
saw, you
sandwich.
saw it, obviously. Yeah.
Oh, that's a Howie Mandel movie from back in the day.
Yeah, that one, man. That one, I thought that stuck with me a little bit too. Like that weird world that they go to.
Yeah.
And what was the other one I was just thinking of? So there was that. Gosh, I can't remember.
Are you
It'll
thinking
come-
of like funny
come back to
ones
me.
or?
No, it's just like ones like that. Watching this. Gremlins.
Oh, love Gremlins.
You haven't seen Gremlins, have you?
No.
With the little weird looking furry guys that run around.
Mogwais.
No, I haven't.
Is that
Write
what
it
they're called?
down. You
We're a big Gremlin family. In fact, that
Really?
was Ozzy requested a Mogwai birthday cake when he was 4.
So he's down. He knows.
Oh, we have the old Nintendo game infused in our Wii, Nintendo Wii, and that's one of the games he requests to play is Gremlins 2, the NES game. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's pretty wild that, and I don't know if that reflects on how poor we are at parenting or what, but he's scared of the Gremlins, but he can't get enough of them.
Yeah. No, I totally remember it. And I was, man, I had to been. Oh, we have to look back at when that came out, but I would have been single digits for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it was a little freaky.
Yeah. Yeah. Just once again, it's a great story.
Yeah.
And the rules, that's a whole rabbit hole you can go down. The rules to it, like they can't eat after midnight, they can't get wet, you know, and they're like a vampire. They can't be out in bright daylight.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, bright light.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah,
gosh.
see, that's you're triggering things in me
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. Some PTSD when you say
Oh
that.
When,
gosh, I just remembered that too. But
Yeah.
I just thought it was hilarious. One of the times I watched it, it just stuck with me where Stripe, the main gremlin, at the end there, he gets a hold of a handgun and he goes to shoot Gizmo. And I mean, they just make noises, right?
Gizmo, that's the
Yeah,
one.
Gizmo.
Yeah.
And Gizmo's just tearing around in his Barbie Corvette, right? And anyway, he goes, Gizmo, gun. I'm like, wow, very limited vocabulary, but he knows his nemesis and he knows that it's a gun. Like the two words he could say were Gizmo and gun.
Joel's gonna have to watch that one.
Oh, yeah.
You'll
we talk
freak out a
about
little bit.
movies and TV a lot. You are such a TV buff.
I like
person.
them. Yeah, we start talking about some of those old throwbacks,
That's
man.
so funny.
And there was a lot of more modern stuff too that we watched, like when the kids were little, like Halloween Town.
Haunted House. What about that?
What? Yeah,
That's
that
getting a lot
the
of
animated
run.
one?
Yeah. And that came out, about 10, 12 years ago
Was it?
now. Yeah.
The House That's Alive. What's up? You remember that one?
Oh, Monster House.
There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are
I
some
like
good
that
ones.
movie. That's a good
that
one.
is a good one.
Yeah.
The other one that I wrote down that I liked, I think you like, is Haunted Mansion.
I've never heard of
You don't
it.
remember that? You would remember it if you saw it. Have you seen that, Andy? That's what's his name? The comedian does like Daddy Daycare and Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh,
and
Eddie Murphy?
Murphy. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
He's in
yeah.
that.
I know
Yeah.
which one you're talking
Okay.
about. When they kind of get stuck in the
All
mansion.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty good one. That's a good family one.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, yeah.
There are some
Yeah, I
good
do.
ones.
There are, yeah. So this one's right outside the top 20, and I can't believe it. But I bet you really like this one, The Lost Boys.
I don't think you've
I
probably seen
don't
that.
know that I've seen that.
Whoa, really?
Growing up, we didn't like watch a ton of we watched TV, but weren't like this big movie family. Like Ben's
Okay.
family like sat down on the couch and watched shows together.
Yeah.
We did not do that.
But this is
So-
still The Lost Boys, like
You know,
your boys and my boys.
I've not actually. I know. I feel so out of it, but
I think that one other thing I want to touch on that reminds me of Halloween time TV is the TV specials.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that happens anymore.
But we
because
don't
it used
have
to
cable.
be no, but that was the thing, is that we didn't have cable then either. So it used to be the antenna, and you had 12 channels to choose from.
Yeah.
And there were certain shows that you watched all year. So as an example, what I'm going to go to is Simpsons, because
Yeah.
we've talked about Simpsons before. So every week we would watch Simpsons. It's Sunday, 7 o'clock. You're
Yep.
not going to miss it. But then when you get to Halloween, the Simpsons Halloween special comes out. So then it's like a whole spin on everything we've been watching all year.
Right.
They go a completely different direction.
Yeah.
And all of those network TV shows would do that. They
They're
would
the
have
standard.
these Halloween specials.
Yeah, that's true.
We watched one just this week in Colorado,
Yeah.
the Simpsons Halloween special. They're pretty funny.
Treehouse
yeah,
of Horrors.
I like it.
They do like dumb stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's all kinds of them. It didn't even have to be an animated one that you would watch. Like, was there any series that you would watch, or Morgan, that you would watch that?
The
you
one that
remember?
always pops in my mind is the Charlie Browns.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought
those,
about
those
that.
always come up. But just staying with the animated one, Scooby-Doo would have one.
Sure, yeah.
Garfield had a big one there. But nothing compared to what the Simpsons do with the Treehouse of Horrors.
But it would even
You
be like Full House.
Okay.
You know, like the Full
Yeah.
House
Do a
Friends.
Halloween.
I mean, all of
Halloween
them. Yeah.
special or whatever, you know.
Yep.
Like, I remember that being kind of a big thing because it was something new every year. It was like, oh, what are they going to do this year for Halloween? You know?
Yeah. And what's going to be the fun or the unique
yeah.
costume?
Yeah.
Though
Go ahead.
one was you just made me think of one that I just made me go down a rabbit. But anyway, the number one selling costume, because it was cheap and easy and relevant, was Jeffrey Dahmer, due to the Netflix thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's bad. That's wrong. He killed people, you know. And he was this and he was that, and there's, anyway, why we don't like him, it doesn't have to do with him murdering people.
Right.
It's because of these
Yeah.
other issues.
Yeah.
But Amazon stopped selling Jeffrey Dahmer outfits. It's like, what? But you'll sell Satan outfits?
Right.
You know, the Prince of Darkness is fine, who's trying to take over humanity and throw them all to hell. That's okay.
Yeah.
But
Right.
not Jeffrey Dahmer. Nope.
Yeah.
Which made me think of, I was going to say, like, a lot of adults have adult parties, costume parties. We honestly maybe ever dressed up. I don't even know if we've ever done a couple thing. Have we been? Do you and Ashley, or have you?
We dressed up yesterday.
You did, like,
Yeah,
in costume.
We did the trunk or treat thing here around the lake.
Okay.
And then we went out to eat, and Ashley was dressed up as Piper off of Orange is the New Black.
Okay,
So she was
yeah.
wearing, inmate duds or whatever
Yeah.
they're called. And then I was doing a spin off of Thing 1 and Thing 2, but it's Drunk 1 and Drunk 2. I was wearing my Drunk 2.
Okay.
And it was green. I had my green poofy hair hat on.
So who was drunk one?
Well, that's supposed to be Ashley, but she was already Piper. So
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
I was
But-
going solo.
Okay.
That
It
is
just made me
funny.
think of like fun couples parties. And I think it would always be fun to do, but we really haven't done that. And I think it's a college thing for sure because our daughter's done that.
We did it in college. I
Yeah.
remember that.
And I know I've seen people post about it, but, and I think our kids are like at that age we could do that where the kids do their own thing and we parents do something, but we really haven't ever dressed up when they were little. We weren't that couple.
Nope.
So good for you guys, Andy. We just never really threw on. I feel like it was always so dang cold here in Nebraska. Now today it's going to be 70.
Yeah.
So I was like
Now you
in
can.
coveralls,
Yeah.
in the snow.
I would always run around with a kind of a rowdy, fun crowd, so we would somehow figure out how to do that.
You did.
And you would usually have at least one Husker football party where it was also a costume party.
Okay.
So whether it fell on the week before or week after Halloween, we'd try and do that once a year.
I think it's a good, I don't know, just for something fun for
Yeah.
adults to do also that's acceptable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where like, I'm not saying be the naughty nurse or something,
Right.
but,
But that's okay.
Yeah, because it's Halloween, so
Yeah.
it's okay. It's
It does
acceptable.
give you a
You know
pass,
what I mean?
right?
Yeah, right. So
Does, as a spin-off to that, what was... No, I'm thinking of someone different. What was the guy in Nebraska that was like so famous for like kidnapping and killing the kids and
Oh,
stuff?
geez.
That wasn't Dahmer. Dahmer was the
No,
one that
no.
like ate them or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Was it
And
that
he-
clown?
No, there was like this guy who like it was real life when we were kids.
Yeah, that was really scary, and it was around this area, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. God dang it! Some type of an anniversary came up like 20 years or something a couple of years ago. But I'm spacing on it. I'd have to go look that stuff up.
I remember my mom telling me that because I'd have been little. I don't know if I was like we were probably 3 or 4 or 5, something like that. But this dude was famous for stealing boys, and I guess they ended up getting caught. But we were in the Bellevue area at the time, and I think
that's where a lot of them got abducted.
Yeah.
It's just scary to think of.
Yeah,
you know.
And someday it'll probably be a movie like this other one.
Probably. I don't know. Have you ever seen The Exorcist?
I've heard of it from like this YouTuber that I like. He says a lot of stuff about it, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well that's a movie you can't unwatch.
So don't watch it yet then.
And Ben, to your point, when you click it on and you view it, you're like, okay, this isn't a 2020, 2021 CGI. This is old school special effects. But more important than that, it's just a tremendous story that you can't
forget.
Yeah, you can't forget.
Yeah.
And it's based out of true events. So that sticks with you too. It hits you different, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
So as far as Halloween goes and trick-or-treating and all that, you're probably going to get a ton of candy. What are you going to do with all of it?
Well, I'm going to stuff myself with it that night. Probably.
So tonight, you're going to be up all night?
But the stuff that I have left, I'll probably just put it in the pantry.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
They got like popular the last few years, like all the dentist offices taking it. Wasn't that the thing? Like,
yeah, you can
What?
turn it in,
What?
and they weigh it and they give you money.
What?
Yes, you never heard of this?
What a racket.
yeah.
I don't like that at all.
So
Otherwise it
they,
sits
I think,
in the
dump
pantry
it
for like
out
2 years.
and give you money.
That's also wasteful.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
Saves kids' teeth.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're taking this high ground like they're trying to save teeth. They know you're drinking soda and you're rotting your teeth out faster with that anyway. Get out of here.
Joel, would you trade yours in for money?
I don't think we've ever done that.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
But if it sits for a long time and then we get to Christmas and we have Christmas candy, I'm chucking the Halloween candy
Oh,
because we have a candy bucket. You know.
When we lived in town, I used to kind of work in the leftover Easter candy.
Gosh, you're so bad. That's like April or May.
It didn't have an expiration date on it. Whatever, it's candy.
It's like anything else. If you mix it in, it just kind of,
Yeah, it's fine.
you know.
Yeah.
So is that where parents need to come in, and that's why they say check your candy? It's not just the open candy; it's the
I wasn't doing
Valentine's Day and Easter
yeah,
candy.
like I wasn't
Okay.
doing anything weird with it. It was just leftover candy from the pantry or whatever.
I'm kidding.
The worst thing that could happen is it maybe tastes like maybe it loses a
Little
little taste or
chalky.
something.
Yes, the chocolate's a little chalky, but that's all right.
Or it had melted and
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
and you give them like candy bars that are in weird shapes.
You used to go to a house in our old neighborhood that would give out big old candy bars, and I feel like someone talked about they used to give out cheeseburgers. Wasn't that true?
Well, that's awesome.
I think the guy owned a Burger King or something.
Yeah. So there's got to be places that you around that you have to go to, right?
Right.
Do you remember that? Because I don't when I was younger, but
Oh, some houses that were handing out like the
Yes.
full candy bars.
And
I feel
you're
like
like-
so many places do that now.
okay, so
Like,
then it's overrun.
these kids are spoiled. Joel's spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
When
yeah,
when we
there's
were in
3 homes.
when I was real young and we were in Bellevue, there was a neighborhood that was like well known as like the really high end neighborhood.
there is in Plattsmouth too.
Oh, that you need to go to.
You need to hit it because the decorations are just everybody's outdoing each other, and yeah, it's full candy bars, full sodas, the whole 9 yards.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those neighborhoods you have to hit.
And there was like legends, that would go around the elementary school like, oh man, this year this guy was handing out this and that and blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah.
we'd be like, oh, we're definitely going there next year and try to get our parents to drive us over there and stuff like that.
That's where if you're a 7th or 8th grader, you do just buy that little hockey mask, from the dollar store, and you at least hit the full sodas and full candy bar.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
How about this one in the top 3? Because this is one of my favorite movies anyway, The Shining.
Oh,
Man, I,
I
haven't seen
can't
that
say
movie for
that
a
I've
long
seen
time.
that, Andy. I just
Yeah.
really don't like scary movies.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I think you'd like it.
Is that
Yeah.
super old? It's got to be.
Yeah, that's
80s?
70s. I
Oh,
think.
70s.
Oh, 1980. And it's a Stanley Kubrick, Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I don't. Just the name. Mm-mm. I'm done.
We call that The Shining.
There's so many good
Yeah.
Halloween themed, horror themed type
Yep.
movies.
And oh god, who was the Stanley? Yep. No, The Shining was just another one of those old ones where the special effects were kind of minimal. You know,
Yeah,
it was just a
right.
great story,
Yep.
excellent characters, screenplay. You know, and you just kind of got sucked into the story, and you found yourself like cheering for the good guy to get out of there, get
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Oh, the house is cheating, or the ghost is cheating. You can't do that. You know.
Okay, so I'm backtracking, Andy. Since you have little ones, then you would remember this. Did you guys carve pumpkins or paint them?
Carve.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're basically carving all 3 pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me think of like we
you're
would
doing all the work.
Yeah,
set out
yeah.
all the
Yeah.
pumpkins and the kids would pick
Right.
the ones that they want. And
Yeah.
then they're like, wait, I can't do it, Dad. I'm like, Ben.
And you get those stupid like stencil things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
and
you
then
get
you
that
got to
book.
do
And they'd
the
have all this
dots.
extravagant stuff, yeah. And the kids would pick like the one that's like the hardest
The
on the
cat?
planet. Yeah, it's like a cat in a
the moon,
castle,
the crescent.
yeah, with a moon in the background, and
Yeah, when you have to get toothpicks out to keep the thing together.
yeah,
Nah.
Yeah, it just made me think of that. I'm like, can you just do like the triangle eyes?
Yeah.
And then,
this is my
Please. Yeah. Yep. And
Yeah.
you can do a really scary one with the triangles.
favorite.
I do get a kick out of some of the new ones where they take the innards and they make it look like it's puking.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's funny.
Like, those are kind of funny.
yeah, those are good. But
That's funny.
So, do you guys do anything else? Like after you carve the pumpkins, do you roast the seeds?
I do.
Yeah, Morgan. Yeah, she's
Awesome.
a seed roaster.
Yeah.
I normally do, and
Great.
salt them, and the whole thing. And
Yeah.
no one really eats them too many. I mean, you eat a few, right, bud?
Yeah.
But they end up sitting on the counter for a couple days, and then you just chuck them. But it just seems like something that I always do.
It makes the house smell good.
Yeah.
I love them.
Do you?
We eat them. We eat them all. Like,
Okay.
as soon as they get out there, you know.
But-
Then Ozzy tries to steal them from me. Yeah.
Really?
One of the things that we do is feed them to the chickens,
Hmm.
like just leftover pumpkins. And we found out this year. Remember, we were mowing, and down outside of the chicken pen, you found some plants, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, it was pumpkin and was it squash?
Yeah, I think so.
They
yeah.
like
Oh, wow.
reseeded
this
themselves.
summer.
Yeah, it's
Go.
like the chickens did it.
Yeah, we were mowing this summer, and it had made its way just outside of the fence, and all these vines are growing. We're like, this is clearly some kind of vegetable,
Yeah.
so we'll let it ride. Didn't water it or anything. It all natural came up, and you got a pumpkin from it this year.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But that pumpkin got rotten, and then we threw it in the
yeah, because it
woods.
was way early. It got. They would have been planted earlier than people would typically plant. You know, pumpkins, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it wasn't technically planted. It was probably shit out by a chicken, and then they grew.
There's a lot of seeds out there where that's part of the deal. Like,
Yeah.
they won't germinate unless they go through the digestive tract of a bird.
Right.
Ew.
Yeah, isn't that something?
But hey.
And then we got pumpkin, and then we ate the seeds.
And then we ate the
Yeah,
seeds.
yeah, there we go.
There
Yum.
you go. Oh, that's
Yummy.
funny. Well, this was good. Just something fun, light.
So, are
right?
there any movies that you have seen, Morgan? I feel like I'm just throwing a bunch
Oh,
of blanks at
no.
you. Like, there's got to be something out there that you can think of that you like, even a TV series or something. Like
I
a
think
Fresh
the last
Prince of
scary
Bel-Air.
movie that I said that we saw together was way back in high school. What was it called?
The Ring.
I
Yep.
did see
It was
that.
at the same time
Was
frame.
it Blair
but
Witch
it was
Project?
yes, and
Oh.
because it was supposedly it really happened,
Yeah.
and that freaked me out. That was scary. But Ben was like, "Yeah, I'll take you to a scary movie."
Yeah. Get in.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think it was late. Maybe it was college. I don't know. But
No, I
it
think
was high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about it for me.
Okay. I think you'd like The Shining. I really do.
Oh, stop! You're
No,
setting me up for
no,
like
not.
being
I mean,
freaked
it's
out.
I don't feel like it's so much of a typical gory Halloweeny movie. It's
Okay.
just that it so suspenseful. and so every once in a while makes you jump out of your seat. You know, there's some iconic lines from that you probably seen or heard or recognize, like, "Here's Johnny."
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's The Shining.
Okay. Well, as you were saying that, I remember watching like Scream.
Yeah. See,
Right?
those are fun.
They're kind of funny. The girls are like stupid in them, or like
The
they're at
boys
a
are
party.
dumber.
Yeah, the boys are dumber too. And then they're like, "Ah, so scared," you know. But it was kind of scary. So
And like, I think Scream 3, they're just straight up poking fun at themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are fun.
okay,
Like we were talking about earlier, Halloween movies do this perfect job of meshing humor and fright, you know, and all these things, you know. It's just kind of a neat genre of movies, I think.
I think
Yeah.
it's a great time of year, man. It's like things start changing. You know, you get some fresh stuff on TV, on the movies. You know, around this part of the country, fall starts hitting.
Yeah.
You know, starts cooling off a little bit. The leaves are falling. The landscape changes. The crops are coming out. You
Yep.
know, I mean, there's so many like fun things going on the fall time of year.
I just love the smells.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite smells, and it's probably because it reminds me of home so much, but we had a line of mature cottonwood trees out in front of our farmhouse. And when those leaves start to fall, they put off an odor or smell, and it just smells like fall, smells like home. And so like when I every morning take our pup out for a walk around the lake, I can just smell those leaves,
yeah,
you know. But
Yep.
yeah, it's fall
Takes
time.
you back.
Yeah.
Yep, fall. It's a season that not you know a good part of the country gets to experience, and they should. You know, there's a lot
Yeah.
of cool things like you go to the beach in the summer and whatever. You should come to the Midwest in the fall and check it out.
Yeah.
pumpkin patches. You know, well, there's probably pumpkin patches everywhere, but I guess I was just thinking like,
but pumpkin patches with that environment.
yes, yes,
You know, with
and
that
just
kind
the
of
trees
brisk
and, yeah.
temperature and like
Yeah.
Andy said, the smells and
You got to put on a flannel.
Hayrack rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Valas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
they love going to that.
that's fun.
Yeah, all those kinds of things. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool.
Yep.
It's cool.
All right.
Sweet.
What else? You got anything else to say, Joel?
No.
What's
No?
your top 3 movies? We've been talking about a lot of movies here.
Does it have to be Halloween?
Well, I guess not. I mean, but is Purge in there? The Purge?
Well, my third favorite is probably The Purge.
Okay.
Yeah.
My second is probably
Come on.
Hubie.
Yeah.
So 2
My
Halloween movies.
first-
All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's not
What's your first?
it's not Halloween. I know you two know it, but The Croods.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You haven't watched
That's
that for a
fun.
while.
You used to play that on repeat all
Yeah,
the
but
time.
it's not
It's
on
not on
Netflix
Netflix anymore.
Yeah.
And now there's a Croods 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the funniest, there's one line in the Crude movie that just stuck with me, and it's when Guy, is that the guy's name?
Yeah.
Guy. And he's Ryan Reynolds, so he's a heartthrob and all that stuff. And he made himself a pair of boots, and he made a pair of boots for her. And she goes, "Ah, I love them. What are they?"
Yeah. She doesn't know how to walk.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just hilarious.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. I forgot about the Croods. Good job.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun having you on, bud. You've never been on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Love
I
to
don't
have
think
you
you've
back.
ever even listened to one.
A natural.
Well, he
So-
would. Yeah, he didn't really
Yeah.
have no way.
Yeah. So,
I
anyways.
think we're gonna do what would be kind of fun is I've been wanting to do from the beginning is like a kids episode.
Okay.
We'll just let the kids have a topic
Run it.
and just let them go.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be scary.
It may or may not get aired. Who knows?
You would probably
Oh.
have to listen to it first.
Yeah, probably.
A little too risque for our listeners.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But Halloween, man, it's like I said, one of my favorite time of year. I think the family has a lot of fun with it. It's pretty relaxed. We don't get too crazy, so just want to chat a little bit about that. Hope everybody, by the time you listen to this, Halloween's going to be over. We're going to air this probably the day after, or the 2 days after, whatever. But hopefully everybody had a great time and got a lot of candy, got more treats than tricks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, happy Halloween. I
Halloween.
think that's probably about wraps it up. What do you think? What do you got to say to close out, Joel?
This was fun.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Well,
All right.
happy Halloween. We appreciate it.
Peace.
We'll see ya.
Later.